United Nations estimates 25 million people in Nigeria, about 15% of the total population, are food insecure. Analysts say regional instability, climate change, and inflation are the major triggers of food insecurity in Nigeria. Given its very large deficit between local food production and demand, the country is highly dependent on imports to meet its dietary requirements. The situation is aggravated by a high population growth rate and urbanization, which also intensifies pressure on natural resources. Until the Nigerian government begins to implement effective policies that strengthen the Naira, Nigerian citizens are in for a hard time for the foreseeable future. Nigerians are already trying their hardest to adapt to this unreasonable cost of living. The government must play its part by providing target support for lacking populations and executing responsible fiscal management alongside viable monetary policies to stabilize the weak Naira and lay a foundation for long-term economic development. The rapidly rising cost of living have begun to force Nigerians to radically adjust the way they live and work. Every day, we are forced to develop innovative ways of cutting costs in this increasingly tough economy. So, for instance, owing to the sky-high prices of fuel, a lot of car owners have stopped driving their cars and now prefer to commute via public transportation or ride-hailing services. This is Weekend Insight.
You're welcome to Weekend Insight on WYTV. My name is Ahmed Abbas Olatunji, but you can call me Sidonje. And now, this is where we talk about the things that happen in Nigeria during the weekdays, and we talk about it on a weekend like this. Alright, before I introduce my guest of today, I want to tell you that possible factors that may have contributed to the problem of inflation in Nigeria include the devaluation of the Naira, worsening insecurity in farming communities, increase in the cost of production, the government economic policies, the price of fuel, the national debt, reduction in productivity, high taxes, increase in unemployment, and so on and so forth. But before I introduce my guest of today to you, let's get to know what is going on in Nigeria from the citizens. Let's get to our reporter. We'll be right back.
The current predicament of Nigeria has put many in distress across the country. And this is as a result of food subsidy removal, causing hike in price of commodities, and also depreciating of Naira and dollar waxing stronger. These grievances and lamentations has made Nigerians to be questioning the federal government that to what end is it going to last?
Thank you. The first day Bola Ahmed Tinubu, our president, removed the subsidy. Since then, we are in this mess and we are in this situation. What I can do is that you cannot say because you want to build a house for your children and you say you will not feed your children. After you build the house, who will live inside the house? He's trying to build Nigeria, but people you are building Nigeria for, they are dying. So my advice is that he should return that subsidy. Because after you remove the subsidy, okay, what are you used to? Maybe, for example, you are helping civilians. No good road, no water, no electricity. Even the NEPA, they want to remove the subsidy. What are you using now to help Nigerians? So it's to my own idea is that it should return the subsidy. Immediately return the subsidy, you see every Nigeria will come. Nigeria will become a great nation again. And this dollar, it will come down. Everybody, you'll be able to free to do your business.
That Buhari time, we happy like for the Christmas. But this time around that we are now, fuel no day. Look at fuel where we are buying it 1,200 naira per now. 1,200. Is it easy for us to be buying it 1,200? No food to eat. Since morning I'm working till now, I never eat anything, and I'm finding a way to eat. I no see to eat. Make now help us back to Lubu. Make it help us. We need to eat. And we are hungry, seriously.
Right now, Nigeria is on fire. And then I believe if they should return the subsidy, it will be okay for us. If returning the subsidy is what will make everything be okay, it's better they return it. Everybody is going through the hardship, and it's very, very, very difficult for everyone to live, even to do anything in this Nigeria we are planning of going out of Nigeria. That's what people are planning, everyone. We cannot eat. You cannot drink, even you cannot do anything on your own. You cannot buy clothes. There's nothing in this Nigeria now is okay for everyone. So I think they should return the subsidy and make everything to be okay. I swear to God. And I don't know. I'm married, and then it's hard for me at home. I will sometimes I think maybe I should not marry, or maybe I should tell my wife and my children they should go somewhere so I can be alone to feed myself, because I don't think I can feed 4 or 5 people. It's difficult.
Aside returning of subsidy, do you think there is any other thing that can be preferred solution, a lasting solution to what is going on in this country?
Solution to what is going in this country? I think opening the border, it will be very, very okay. If they open the border, at least things will come in and it make it easy. At least we will still feel all right. We can still endure that. I think so. But since there, this Nigeria, it's not a country you can live. It's not a country you can live. It's it's a difficult country. Throughout the world, Nigeria is the worst country. I'm saying, I've never been in this situation before, and this one I'm saying now, I swear, I will hold it to eternity. I will tell my grandchildren about what is happening.
Now, Nigerians are confused. If this is part of the promised renewed hope agenda, we are urging the federal government to put in places the right things so as to cushion the effects of this hardship that we are all facing. Toyosi Adeshino,
you welcome back to Weekend Insight. And thanks to our reporter, Toyosi, because you could see how Nigerians are complaining about the current hardship, cost of living, and hunger, most especially the heat that is all around town today. Before I introduce my guest, because he's a well-known person, talking about Comrade Oluwole Aduroja, the coordinator of National Youth Council of Nigeria, Shagamu Local Government Branch. You're welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, so according to the current situation of Nigeria, we get to know that people are still looking up to the president of Nigeria because he promised a renewed hope. And some people said maybe all these things that is happening is just happening for the best time that we could not see in the future, because that was what the president told us, that we should be calm. So, sir, what could you say about the current situation of Nigeria?
Well, there are no two ways to it, okay. Because sincerely, things are hard. But I would like to take us back a little bit. When the president, Tinubu, came on board, he already said that things will get hard and we should prepare for it. So I think sometimes we just have to take our serious leaders serious, and we should trust them and believe what they say sometimes, and so that we can work towards what they are actually talking about, because they are the ones that are in charge of these things. Okay. They know what is on ground, and that is why they will come to the TV and tell us that, okay, this is what we should be expecting, and they expect us to work towards that. Like we should be working with them. So, sir, but then, what could the federal government do to the current food crisis in Nigeria? Because people are shouting hunger here, hunger. Even from the northern part of Nigeria, that will believe the supply at the east and the southwest foods like onions, tomatoes, and all sorts of grains. They are complaining currently. The emir was talking to the first lady of Nigeria that she should send us his message to the president of Nigeria that people are really going through a lot this time. So, what could you say that the federal government could do to end this current food crisis? You see, to tackle Nigerian problem is a long-term solution, because it is not something we can do right now. Okay. What the president can do is to continue to do the palliative, but the measure, the modalities of how this palliative is done is what I criticize. You understand? I criticize this 100%, because if they still continue to give palliative through the state government, it's not going to get to anywhere.
Okay. If
subsidy have been removed, I think that money can be used for something else apart from palliative, because it will not get to everybody. If federal government can have a food warehouse to each local government, where they will now be selling to citizens at subsidized rates, rather than packing palliative to government to be distributing.
Wow.
It will not get to everybody.
I understand this, but as the coordinator of the National Youth Council, the past palliative that was being shared, how did you say? Because I know it could not, they can't share that kind of thing in your absence. So how do you? Is it like you are part of the team that shared in the local government? You're coordinating the, or maybe you didn't even, because I was told, or we all know that the power is no more in the local level. So how do you go about the last palliative that was being shared?
Well, the last palliative that was being shared, that included the youth and the CDC, the Christians, the women leader, and all that, well, it was shared. You know, as I've said, that this thing cannot be enough. It can never be enough. So the only way that I think palliative should be done is by getting a warehouse for each local government, and it will be sold at subsidy. They should not give it free. At subsidized.
So you mean palliative should not be free?
It should not be free. It should be at subsidized rate, because the problem we're having is because it's free. That's why it's not getting to everybody.
So which means government are still going to make money from palliatives?
I'm not sure. I don't know about that.
You said it should be sold.
It should at a subsidized rate.
So
at a normal price that citizens should get what to eat.
Okay, sir. Do you heard about the food hoarding that is going on in Nigeria currently?
Well, I saw the video.
Yes.
I saw the video.
Like 7 warehouses were being sealed up in Kano, where the emir was saying there is no food. We have 7 warehouses. There are different cases of ordering there, which are I think the DSS was there, and they had to lock up the place and to stop, because the president was taking a sharp move on how to make sure that the food is available to every Nigerian. Sir, what could you say on this? Because now people said what is actually causing all this is because of the dollar that is rising, the rise in dollar. But what's causing inflation in this country? I want you to explain to us.
My brother, see, we are not going to deceive ourselves, because now on petroleum, the subsidy have been removed, and then the dollars have been floated, and you know what that means. So it's supply, demand and supply, that will determine the price. You know, that's what is determining the economy now. Unlike before that, the federal government, we need to be padding, you know, we need to be cushioning all these things. Maybe they have to be paying debt on FX, be paying debt on petroleum, be paying debt on everything, so that citizens will not go into hardship. But they told us that they need to take away all these things so that Nigeria can be fixed. But we also need to know that Nigeria cannot be fixed within a short period of time.
So what you're trying to say now is Nigeria should be calm. All these things that is happening is meant to be.
It's meant to be.
But
we should, my brother, we should expect this, because we have been told that things will get hard. And we should not deceive ourselves. It's going to get hard. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. And you are the one that will now know, okay, expenditure, how do I manage myself? Wow. If I've been buying food of this thing, let me decrease it. If I've been doing this one, that's
but sir, I understand what you're trying to say, because Tinubu, before imagine in the office, he told us that Nigerians, things will get hard, but we have to be calm. We have to know that the future of Nigeria will be bright. He was even trying to call people that is outside Nigeria to come back, that Nigeria will get better. But sir, someone said, like, when our correspondent, what we got back from the citizens of Nigeria was that when Tinubu knew he is going to remove this subsidy, that subsidy is gone, he said it, he should have provided something to subsidize that, because you can't just remove subsidy and still making Nigerians to face this kind of hardship. That he said, okay, he made palliative available, but do you remember that in the time of palliative there was an estate that in Ogun State. Yes, in Ogun State, I remembered a chairman of the LCD was out with 5 kg bag of rice, saying this is the only palliative that was given to a whole estate. That was in Ogun State. I think it's Abeokuta area or something. So, sir, but this has to look into this issue. We need to look into it, like, okay, is the palliative really working? Because now Nigerians cannot even do anything. Even to buy food is hard. You could imagine bread of 200 naira is now 500 naira. People can't even eat what they like.
Well, I'm still saying it on that issue of palliative, that the modalities of this palliative, I totally condemn it. I have said it. And there are two ways to it. It's either the federal government is ready to give this food at subsidized rate to the citizen, or they should send that money to our account directly.
I love the angle you're driving at now.
Yes.
You mean they should send the palliative money to our account directly?
Directly.
But sir, I want to understand something. Sending money to our account is very simple and easy.
Yes.
And I feel that's the best way to do things. But do you actually know that how much do the federal government want to send to everyone's account? Number one, everybody does not have bank accounts. Most especially the vulnerables, like they don't even know how to use bank accounts. How do you expect them to cope with the current situation? Because now you are talking about sending money to our account. Fine. What of those people that doesn't have account, or people that doesn't even have access to phones? Like we still have some people in Nigeria that doesn't have BVN. You see, it's not going to circulate. That was what people were saying. But now, if that should be the case, what do you think? Which step do you think federal government could take on that?
My brother, see, if the federal government is serious about it, everybody will have accounts. If they really want to do it, they know how to do it. They know what to do, my brother. See, these people that you are saying they don't have an account number, don't they hit? They hit now. They know how to get their food. So that's just the same process. The federal government needs to do the census.
Okay.
When we have our total number, the statistic, correct data of Nigerians, how the children, the elderly, the youth that we have, this will be the one that will guide them on how to cater for their citizens. You understand? When we have all this data available, and the federal government can do it.
So, but then, if you're just joining the live, this is our weekend insight, and in the studio with me is the coordinator of National Youth Council of Nigeria, Shagam Local Government Branch, Comrade Oluwole Aduroja. So, I'm still following what you're saying. What do you think is going to happen if, okay, let me just ask this question before I go there. Do you think Buhari's regime is better than this almost a year in office of Bola Tinubu?
Well, if I want to talk about that, I would say no. I would say Buhari regime is not better than Tinubu's regime, because during Buhari's regime, I don't think I've ever seen where a vessel have been shown on TV or on the media that we apprehended these people that are taking our oil away. Not single one have been seen.
That's true.
But under Tinubu,
we've seen a lot.
We've seen a lot.
Yes.
And you see, he's working. He's really fighting corruption. Look at this. This minister, Tinubu asked her to step aside. Yes. To step aside. Yes. You know, he's beginning. See, the problem we have as Nigerians is that we want everything fast.
Like someone said, we suppose our country name is supposed to be Russia.
Yes.
Because you're always in Russia.
Fast. Somebody will tell you something, you will not verify. You begin to share, and it's not all those information.
Okay, good. I love that. You see, talking about this sharing of information, I think this is why Gbajabiamila came online to say we need to regulate social media. And I feel now, we saw a news whereby they said even the comedians, content creators, they need to be paying tax or something. Do you think this could, this is a best move for the government, you know, to regulate social media?
Yes, it's the best. Because you see, this country, we play a lot. And everything we do in Nigeria, we like to politicize. Everything. You politicize, and that is why things are not working. You see, there's no big deal coming online, you know, playing, you know, doing all kind of jokes, but some people will now turn it and make
upside down
to be politics. You know, so these are the reasons why it needs to be regulated. I support that Gbajabiamila's notion to regulate social media.
But the
other one of what did you just say?
I was talking about regulating social media, and if
to pay.
Okay,
the tax. Yes, they have to. Those guys are making money.
Yes, they are making money, but do you actually know if it is to be like that? We have some of them that is just using that as a medium to make a living, because we don't have job. There is unemployment everywhere.
My brother, see, tax is not something that they should force you to pay.
Okay.
If you are paying tax, you are doing your country good. So if they say, in fact, for them to work to you that come and pay your tax, there should be punishment. You are supposed to pay it willingly.
Well, okay, sir, how does the dollar affect the economy of Nigeria? I want you to explain that because most Nigerians don't even understand. Once they say dollar is rising again, people start shouting, yeah. Some people don't even know how it affects the economy.
Well, the dollar will affect the economy of Nigeria simply because that Nigeria is a dependent country. All what we have in this country, for example, we have 100 stuff in this country. About I'm just saying about 60 or 70 is being imported to this country, and that is why virtually what we do has to do with dollar. You know, so sometimes people might say, kilo kan pẹ̀lú dollar.
Yeah.
If you look very well, there is a bit of dollar in that thing that you are buying. So until Nigeria needs to do of more exportation than importation, that is when we now balance all these things. So I would just say that we need to, and that is what Tinubu is trying to do. You know, it's not something that can be done within short period of time.
Yes.
You know, we have to just calm down. You know, we are youth. I know we have energy. We want to, but we need to calm down.
Well, the youth out there, this is a very vital information from a youth coordinator telling the youth to be calm, because I know the spirit is there, the spirit of Aluta, Aluta Continua Victoria Asata. That's what's up. But then we need to be calm. So, sir, if Nigeria patronize and fund local products, will it end poverty in Nigeria?
If we patronize local products, honestly, it will help our Naira to appreciate more. And in fact, if we promote local products, that means we are telling the outside world that we can do something. You know, we are viable. You know, if we continue to depend on foreign products, that means we are selling we are taking our wealth to other countries.
Just like when before the refinery, we were taking our oil to another country to refine, then we bring it back to Nigeria to sell.
And you will see that Nigerians, God just created us to be good people, because there's nothing that we cannot do.
We adapt to
we are talented. See Nigerians, if you have third class in this country and you go abroad to study, you become first class. Because the environment there will make you to study. Here, you are still thinking what to eat in the afternoon.
And you still study.
And you want to study.
Wow, that's
so those things are not on the same page. Yes.
Wow.
So I believe that this country will be great, and if we support it, if we support ourselves and work as a team, this Nigeria will be great.
So now what you're trying to say in a nutshell is you're supporting the administration of Tinubu as it's going, like you don't have anything to say, like you feel Tinubu is doing the best he can do for this country. Currently, even with the fact that the citizens of Nigeria are shouting, wailing that there is hunger, there is this, there is that, but in your own sense, you are saying it like this is the best way Tinubu could do things. But before you, before you talk about some things here in front of me, I'd like to go on a short commercial breakdown. When we're back, we continue with Weekend Insight. Don't go nowhere. Stay tuned.
When life breaks into the beautiful splendor of nature, and the kids can't just resist the temptation to explore to its zenith with the full assurance that the perfect backup is on the way for a perfect refilling. Nokpa, we always come to the rescue anytime, anywhere, any day, anyway, anyhow, round the clock. The family just can't get a better companion aside Nokpa. Nokpa Aqua Mixture, the family's best bet.
With Nokpa, healthy living is guaranteed for me and my family.
Nokpa for management of power.
You're welcome back, and we're still on Weekend Insight, and I still have with me my comrade, Comrade Oluwole Aduroja. Sir, now we got to know that the price of cement is soaring high, and some people said they bought it 10,800 in some part of the country, and people said all the raw materials used in producing this product is being seen in Nigeria. So why is it dollar that is affecting the rate of cement again? So it's just like people are not understanding the fact that everything works hand in hand, because to supply cement you still need petrol, you need diesel, you need this, you need that. There are so many things to consider. So what can you say on this cement notion?
Well, I think you as a journalist, you also need to go out to verify some things by yourself. I have done that, and I get to know that cement is not actually, the price did not actually increase from the depots.
Okay.
It's got increased from
the
distributors. Yes, it got increased from them. So I think federal government is working on this price regulators,
yes.
Something.
Because
yes,
they had to seal one supermarket in Garki, Abuja yesterday.
They need to really work on that thing, because these people are taking advantage of this one is expensive, this one is costly. They now begin to inflict their own product, which I believe that you need to also look into that regard.
Yeah, we are doing that, and that's how we get to know that they are selling it in some states in that kind of amount. But thank you for this information, because you know sometimes people don't, like you said, people don't really know the depth of the news before they start spreading it, and that's the reason why Wisdom Yard Television is here to give you vital. Thank you so much on that. So according to what we have on ground, the current protocol, so as a youth, I know you're a youth and you're a vibrant youth. What's your advice to youth out there in this current situation we see ourselves in Nigeria? What's your advice to all the youth?
My advice for the youth is that we know that this economy is really hard right now, and what I will just say is that let us cut down our expenditure and don't spend extravagantly. What we don't need, we don't buy. You know, we just have to give this present administration benefit of doubt for some, maybe a year, you know, to see if their policy is going to work or not, you know, because each time policy is introduced, it's not something that can just work within a short period of time. Yeah, it's take a while, you know, and with what I'm seeing, I think they are moving forward. It's just that the price that is going up, that is the concerns of Nigeria, and the kidnapping around, and and the latest latest meeting they had with the state governor, I think they are proposing to have
state police.
Yes. So I think they are moving towards what we actually want them to do. So we just have to give them time and calm down for now.
Yes, you know, the youth are calming down. Everybody is calming down. But what do you have to say about the opposition party? Because people said APC shifting, Ganduje made it known the last time they had a meeting with the PDP governors that they are the one behind the insecurity and this and that. They were the one strategizing our protest, you know, trying to pull people out that, okay, go and protest, that the country is going this, doing that. So what do you say? Is it true that it is the opposition party that is trying to do this, or Nigerians themselves are the one out there protesting?
That video that you are talking about, I've not even seen it. Okay. So I don't even know if Ganduje said that. But as a leader in Nigeria, you know, somebody that has been tested with an office before, you know, you have led your people, you're a leader. I don't agree that somebody like that will support people to be moving and to be protesting against his own country, you know, stuff like that. But even protest is not a bad thing to do. Okay. If it is orderly, you know, protest is what, you know, we have to do to tell the government that this is what we are facing. Yes, this is what we want. There's nothing wrong in protesting, but when we now begin to throw stone through that is not a protest.
And you know, the one that happened in Oshogbo, it was peaceful, but in the later on they said some people hijacked the protest and all, you know.
I wasn't in Oshogbo.
So that's what we got from you.
So we just.
All right, if you're just joining the live, it's still Weekend Insight on WYTV. And thank you so much, comrade Aduroja. I think I got the name right. Yes. And I feel if we call you next time, you'll be able to show up to tell us more about things. Because I still need to, I need you to, or before you leave, let me ask this final question from you. Because I think you are the kind of youth that we want to hear from. So, sir, what do you think about youth that is leaving this country, looking for greener pasture?
I see nothing bad when you leave your country for another country. You see, the truth is that all these people that are leaving this country to another country, they are still coming back. It's going to be a plus to this country because they are bringing their money to invest in Nigeria. So even if I have the opportunity to travel abroad, I will travel too, to go and make money and come and invest in Nigeria.
We need people like you to stay, because if people like you is not there to coordinate as a youth coordinator, if you leave, who are those people that will coordinate the youth?
You know that you cannot be youth leader forever.
That's true.
You leave the office for other people to come in. So then I will now go and make money and come and invest in Nigeria.
Well, this is where we're going to be ending it on the show today. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook at Wisdom Yard Online TV. My name is Ahmed Abbas Olatunji, but you can call me Sidonje. We'll see you again next time on the show. Be good and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye for now.